Hello and welcome to the Grumble and Grouch show. I'm Grumble and here with Grouch.
Hey.
Hey. And we just finished watching Him. We were supposed to watch The Conjuring, Last Rites, I think it was called. But I was like, I don't know. It was kind of boring.
So you chose an even more boring movie.
It looked so much more interesting though. It's kind of a, horror flick, with some blood and guts. I was like, well, I already pretty know what Conjuring's about. It's, cast out some demon here or there. But I don't know. I didn't have high hopes for Last Rites. So I was like, you know what? Let's change things up. Let's watch Him instead. So I said, okay. Looks like more interesting. And what is it more interesting? Quite possibly not. But,
yeah.
We were just saying, the last 15...
Grumble cracked me up because, let's say the movie was like an hour 50. He was like, man, if the movie would have started an hour 40, and, it would be...
That would have been an epic movie. It would have been great. I was like, wow, we actually got our money's worth. That was pretty good.
No, it was boring.
Yeah, no,
it was bad.
It's funny, too. He's right, because I thought, let's get out of this snooze fest, which is probably The Conjuring, Last Rites. I don't foresee a ton of action. So I was like, well, let's watch this movie, Him. It combines two of my favorite things, like horror and football. So, hey, it's a horror football movie. I can't remember the last time I've seen a good horror football flick.
I still can't remember.
Yeah. It's been a year or two, I'm thinking, at least.
I watched Him, and I still can't remember. That was the last time I watched
that could be a good mixture. Who knows, man? And maybe next year it'll be, soccer and horror, or ping pong and horror. Who knows? The sky's the limit if this movie takes off. But after watching this movie, I highly doubt it's taking off. It's just going straight down.
The only person taking off is me out of that movie. Dude. Taking off. It was bad.
Yeah. The last 15, it kind of saved it for me. It was. I'm not gonna say it was amazing.
I did,
but that made up for a lot of the scenes I was starting to fall asleep in. It was just too boring.
I have no idea what happened, but it was good.
I could sum up literally the entire movie in probably like 2 sentences. Make that 3 or 4. I gotta set it
or
up.
An hour and 30.
No, because the whole movie is this: him getting excited because his favorite football team is going to draft him, and then spending the rest of the movie an hour and a half at this campus or this guy's house, which is almost like any college, facilities. Had a football field, a basketball court, and shooting gallery. Had all kinds of stuff in there, and then huge place. And that was it. It was the first 20 minutes setting this table. He's going to get drafted by his favorite team. Next hour and 20 minutes at this facility, dicking around,
Injecting some blood.
I saw injections of blood. I saw guys crying. There was a lot of crying in this, too. I was surprised. I was like, what is it, Superman again? We're watching Superman.
I think I was the one crying together. Watching my money fly away.
I was like, Clark Kent, it'll be okay. Stop crying, Clark. It'll be fine. But it is, this isn't Superman. This is him. So that's the premise. Is an hour and 40 in the facility.
It's almost like the Grumble and Grouch show. Grumble says hello, and then there's 39 minutes of nonsense
in the facility,
and then 1 minute of funny stuff. And then
hold on,
me saying Grumble and Grouchy show.
No. Way more laughs than that. Very wild start. This super great college kid. He's gonna get drafted in the pros. They don't call it the NFL. It's called the UFFL or something like that. So he gets drafted by his team, the Saviors, and so that's the first 20 minutes with his mom and his family. Next hour 40 at the facilities.
See if he's worth getting drafted.
Yeah, that was the gist of it. And not even worth it. But they start off with training, and like the first day, I think he was just throwing the ball around with some buddies of the previous quarterback, his buddy now.
You know what caught me off guard? Marlon Wayans acting all serious.
Yeah, dude. I thought it was a stretch. He was,
because I just think I
can
only picture him in comedy.
Brothers.
Yeah,
only in comedy. Totally agree. They should have recast somebody more badass. He wasn't threatening to me at all. You know, I think my male man is more threatening than this green guy. Oh, that's another problem I had too. Was very heavy on the artsy fartsy shit. I wasn't fond of that. I didn't like it.
No?
Too artsy. Yeah, that camera angle. How many times are they going to use that? Some guy found a new app or something where they could put like your skeleton in somebody's body, so you see like half of the guy's face, half a skeleton.
Yeah.
And they did it in like red. I think like green. I think they won't put a little fuchsia. They could just change the colors. These skeletons inside. They like at least 3 times.
Yeah.
They had them do a football, whatever, passing the ball around. All of a sudden they collide. Oh, we got it. We got to use that new app. This guy's gonna be green skeleton.
Is that something new? I think I've seen it before. Where like
Really?
somebody's about to punch somebody's face, and then you see like the jaw, the skeleton.
So
jaw
all of a sudden you
breaking or
see like the
something.
outline of his face or whatever, and you see his skeleton.
So like, I don't think it was anything new.
No, the new part was you actually see the guy's brain shake. I think a couple of times one guy's brain was shaking. And right from the jump too is I did not like this protagonist. Oh, he was so boring. He just had no personality. That's already 2 strikes against you. Already,
He was eye candy for the girls.
yeah.
Hey, we watched Barbie for freaking
Yeah.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, well, okay, but there was no Margot Robbie in this movie, that's for sure.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like maybe for girls, he's like a Margot Robbie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they got to get the chicks in there somehow, I guess,
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy I just think was boring as hell. And then, so the protagonist, weak. Strike 1. The antagonist, weaker. I guess I kept seeing one of the Marlins brothers. I kept waiting for a joke or something. When I was going to do something funny now. Any second, he's going to... We're going to start breaking up laughing. Any second. Wait. Never happened. He never was funny once.
He's like, "来小小三太."
I think that maybe the funniest thing he did was he's chewing that guy out, and he goes... So that was the humor of the entire movie, I think. One joke. It's definitely a mixed review for me, but it had its moments. Another issue I had too was a lot of movies do this too. It's mostly horror movie. I guess this is like a horror movie. They kept showing like quick visions of somebody. Oh, who was that in the corner? Another. Oh, do you see that guy standing there? And a lot of that. Oh, did it actually happen, or was it in his head? And some of those lasted a lot longer than others. Like sometimes, is he in that club? Was he dancing with all those chicks, or was it in his head? And they kept injecting him. I don't think they ever really told him what it was they're hitting him with. But
I just figure it's the blood from the other guy. Right?
No, I think
because he's transferring the blood from one person to the other. It's kind of like a ritual,
let's just say that is the case.
Yeah.
You don't think there's any kind of hallucination? Why is he seeing all that stuff? A key plot point in this movie, we totally forgot about. Very beginning of the movie, he's just messing around on the field, which does make sense also. He's the last guy who's closing up the stadium, who's about to leave, and he's the only guy in the field. And he goes, "All right, Chief, lock her up." And he takes off. And so he just out there playing catch with himself. He had a couple of footballs. He just throwing it around, and he was, "Lock it up yourself," because he's going to practice. He got 2 balls and nobody there with him. He's just going to throw from one side of the field to the other until the arm wears out.
Mr. Perfect did that once.
Yeah, he threw the ball and he caught it himself.
90 yards down the field.
He goes, "All right, go deep." He took off. So the key plot point was the equipment guy takes off. So he's there by himself. He's passing the ball around by himself. And then he throws a ball and it bounces off the field goal posts and it's just spinning and spinning and spinning. Yeah, it's there for like 30 seconds. It's still spinning the same velocity. I don't know how that's possible.
I felt like the ball was spinning for an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like we literally watched an hour and 20 minutes of a ball spinning in circles.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah. Yeah, so... Did we see this scene already?
All movie.
He throws the ball, bounces off the field goal post, hits the ground, starts spinning, and he sits there and stares at it for like 15 seconds. And then he goes to grab it. And right then I was like, oh, I don't think he should have grabbed it. I think he should let it spin and spin because I'm afraid like some demon just cast a spell on him or something. Because that's what happens. He grabs the football and all of a sudden things changed. I don't know. Like I said, I think he should have left it spinning.
Yeah, I don't think that had anything to do with it. If you ask me, it was just time for his, ritual thing to begin because he's about to get drafted. Like
I
I would agree with you. Like if like he was just about to go to college and then this happened, and then he still had to play 4 more years. But I feel like it was the beginning of his ritual, regardless. Like, you know, him getting hit in the head.
wait, him getting hit in the head with the guy with the hammer?
Yeah,
A ritual?
I think that's how they got him. You know,
Oh,
so they can isolate him, and if things don't make sense to him, it's because his brain's swollen.
oh, okay, yeah. So, well, yeah. The thing is, he's out in the field by himself, and he goes to pick up the ball that's spinning, and this guy bashes him. Oh, this looks like a mascot kind of guy, and he just bashes him with a hammer, the side of his head, and he's got this huge gash. And this I thought was another. This movie is filled with symbolism, a lot of symbolism throughout, and I think he almost looked like a freaking football head with the laces. And his hair is so short, he looks like a freaking football head walking around. And it looked kind of stupid. It had to be symbolic because I've never seen staples as big and as,
The shape of a
protruding
football.
and as obvious as these things sticking out of this guy's head. It's like, what, 2025?
Don't they have glue now? Skin glue?
Yeah,
I got
or
my
something.
appendix on. They just say, like, hot glued my stomach.
Yeah, or 2025. They put these massive freaking, things into his freaking scalp, staples into his head. So yeah, but that's why it had to have been symbolic. Why do that? Why set that up with a football head?
Well, you didn't count the staples, bro? There was 666.
606 staples. See, I only counted 612.
You were close.
So again, that's symbolic. This whole movie symbolic. And then when he goes to the
I think another reason it's important for him to be swollen and being attacked or something like that is because that injury scares every other team from drafting him. So he's really excited to, his agent
yeah.
is really excited to let him know that they're willing to go after him. Because they were worried that his arm wasn't good enough or like his
Right.
head or he's not going to be able to throw or whatever it may be. So I just think it was the start of his ritual. I just think it was the start of him
Here
becoming
is why
next him.
No. Here is why I disagree. And not only disagree, but I have the receipts right here. Okay. One, when he threw the ball and it bounced off the field goal post and spinning, when he grabbed the ball, and which like 20, 30 seconds later, the field goal post is still vibrating. And so that symbolizes the beginning of the demonic presence. And then the very end of the movie, same thing happens. He hits his hammer into this. It wasn't a field goal post, I'll say that much, but it was like a post stuck on a pole, and it starts vibrating. The exact same way the field goal post, and that's all symbolism. The devil entered his life with the first field goal post, and then it exited his life with the last field goal post or post. That's what I think the symbolism
Yeah,
is.
but you're not disproving anything I said. All I said was that was the beginning of his. Yeah, so if you say the devil came right then and there, then that is the beginning of his like transformation. That they're trying to like groom him into.
You said, though, his ritual was to go throw the football around by himself?
No.
What was the ritual then?
I said it was the beginning of his ritual, like the beginning of like his whole journey to become the next him.
Okay. Okay. I can go with that. Yeah.
We kind of agree.
Okay,
Yeah. So
when you said ritual, I thought, how do you know that guy goes every night, pass the football back and forth to himself?
no, not a
like that
routine type of deal, but like a ritual.
No,
Because we were talking about like demonic
like
stuff.
witchcraft or some shit.
Yeah.
I got you.
So I think it was very important for him to get hit in the head.
Yeah.
Not only do they explain, now he's not sure if he's like you're not sure if he's seeing real, real
Yeah.
things or it's all in his head. We're not sure because his brain is swollen. He's damaged goods, so they're really happy. I think it was part of the plan. Now that one of his favorite teams is still willing to draft him,
Yeah.
and all he has to do is go work out with this guy.
With this guy,
So
yeah.
it was just part of it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Then we don't actually disagree there. Another interesting scene too is this went on for a long time. It was where he would have this like training camp, and he'd have like 4 or 5 receivers running around out there. He had a trainer, and he had the goat, the black guy, Marlon Wayans, whatever it is. So at one point, every time he makes a mistake, this guy has to get a football in the face. And then immediately the guy should be like, oh, what's going on? This is not... The guy's getting shots to the face with footballs until it's like a bloody pulp. His face is covered in gashes and missing teeth, and he's a mess. And I was like, right away, the guy shit, oh, you know what, man, I don't think it's a good idea. Maybe I should go. And then he goes to the guy who's half dead. He starts smiling and laughing it up. Obviously, that guy's not in his normal state of mind. Or what did you give this guy? You know, what the hell? I'm out of here, bro. I'm checking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind of but then immediately right there, I guess slowly starts to slide into, again, I think he was drugged at this point too, though.
You do?
Yeah, I think he was drugged. I think from the jump, they were giving him injections. That's what I think it was. You think it was getting his blood or something, but I think they were injecting him with stuff. And they also, I think, he might have been taking his blood too, but I think mostly they were injecting with hallucinogens or something like that. All those.
The only reason why I think it wouldn't be hallucinogens, because like, let's say for example, I inject you with hallucinogens. Shouldn't you be hallucinating the whole time? It's not like, oh, let's just hallucinate for 5 minutes and then not.
No, but it's like any other kind of drug. It probably lasts like 2-3 hours and then it wears off.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But it wasn't like that. It was like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean now. No, it was more than, it was like some would appear for like a split second and they disappear. But how do you explain that then? Is it the demon? Because there is absolutely.
I think
this entire movie, the only sense we knew there was demons or demonic or devil stuff is we were both saying there's a scene where it looks like just out of Bedazzled. They go to this nightclub. There's no cars in the parking lot. They go inside. It's packed. And obviously, this is also.
It reminded me of that
devil.
movie.
Yeah, and all lights, red lights, all around the club. So it was obviously, symbolic of the devil.
And you got nothing but pleasure and your desires
Yep.
taken care of and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So definitely kind of like Bedazzled. I think they had the actual scene. They go to like a pool place or like on top of the rooftop. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But they actually have that scene.
There was a couple movies I think they totally ripped off.
Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate. A lot of Devil's Advocate stuff in there as well. Yeah, they.
So if you hear this movie's original, it's not it original.
Yeah. Well, I'm giving it at least. I've never seen because not in a long time.
And horror.
Football and horror. Who does that? What was the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it didn't save the movie. And to be honest, it'd be cool if they actually showed football games. But all we would do is show him passing a long pass and then a short pass and a pass into a net, and he's passing up in there to himself. That's pretty much it. We didn't see actual football. We didn't see like an actual game. It was just him messing around.
I think it would have been cool to actually see an actual game where like people are actually scared to play this team. You know what I mean? Because they know they're like jinx or whatever. Like if you try to go after the quarterback, your leg snaps in two or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something like that. Like it would have been cool to like see something.
Well, there's a lot more interesting ideas they can possibly come up with other than showing him, passing the ball around with this. Yeah, and him. This is what happens too. This is the whole movie too. The black guy, the goat, I don't know his name, Marlon Wayans, and all he did was, oh, good job, great job, yeah, you're doing it. And then next scene, what's the matter with you? Do you want this or not? And then 5 minutes, oh, that's amazing, boy, you can do it. 2 minutes later, what? Is that who you got, motherfucker? You suck. Like, oh, that was great, Sonny. Oh, you're going to kill him tomorrow night. 2 minutes later, what? Is that who you got, you weak-ass bitch? Tyrone, get over here. So that guy
sounded just like Grumble at the gym, man. He used to be my personal trainer, by the way. He'd be like, good job, Grouch, good job. 5 pounds. Is that all you can do? Huh? Why don't you show up for leg day? Weak ass bitch. You brought back bad memories.
Oh, yeah. To be honest, too, it was like, now, up until this point, this movie still kind of sucks. Just to be honest, there was a lot of, like I said, throwing the ball around with this guy, hitting this guy in the head with a football 3 or 4 times. He gets mad at that guy. The black guy gets mad at him. He sulks, and then 2 minutes later, good job, Sonny, good job. You can do it.
You can do it. I believe you. You're the next him.
Yeah. So that was it. So then, but then. When we start getting the end of the movie, big improvement over the rest of this snooze fest. So keep in mind, this movie is about football, right? I was like, yeah. So they go, all right, that's it. So the black guy...
Grumble went with his Pittsburgh Steelers jersey, and I went with my little Dolphins jersey. We were ready to go.
Nah, we're talking. Let's get it on.
Hike!
So keep in mind, this is a football movie, right? So it's football and horror. That's the premise. And all of a sudden,
you're combining some of our favorite things.
Yeah, it is football and horror, my 2 favorite things. So I was like, this is gonna be great. So, But then, so I thought, the black guy says to Cade, Marlon Wayans says, all right. No, he goes, this little stupid, he goes, such cliche shit. He goes, if you want to be the goat.
One man wants to walk out that tunnel. And the other man wants to stop him. Now, if you want to be the fucking goat, you're gonna have to take it from me.
Hey, if you want to be the goat, you got to get past me. But I was like, well, who's going to stop the ball? There was no center. That was so stupid. So he goes, he goes, if you want to be the goat, if you want to beat me, you got to run past me. That's how it ends. He goes, okay. So I really thought he's going to try to run by him. I watched you train. You can do it. So I thought he was going to put a couple of jukes on, but what did he do? He started swinging.
Yeah.
And he punched him in the face a couple of times. So
I think that's what he meant. You got to go through me.
But I thought he was going to...
One of us is going to die here.
I think he was going to do a juke, a cut, and he's gone. No, I didn't think he was going to start punching him.
No.
So he starts swinging, and then Marlon Wayans defends himself, and they start mixing it up a little. And I thought like a football horror, and it turns into a boxing match. But then
he breaks his arm.
That's right. He breaks his arm. Yeah, you can see it. This is like bone snaps.
Yeah, with that hot technology.
Yeah, CGI bone sticking out of his CGI arm. No. So then what happens is breaks the guy's arm. Cade.
Yeah, something like that.
Cade. And you think, oh, what's he gonna do? But then he, with his good arm, he grabs a helmet, and he pops the guy in the face.
But the helmet starts shining, almost like a god.
Yeah, he holds
like
it up in the air, like again, symbolic of him maybe defeating
doing the right thing. Or...
Yeah, the goat. So he socks him in the head. The goat goes down, and he starts bashing him with the helmet. Bash. Throws the helmet away, and then he starts wailing with his fists. And the guy's dead. Again, they got the artsy-fartsy. They show his face in red. You can see his skeleton, the blood coming out of his mouth. Mm-hmm. I think they overdid it with that. Like one scene's fine, but 3, 4, 5, I don't know. And that was also kind of weird. After Cabe knocks out and destroys the goat, they play this music, and there's a helmet, a conquistador helmet, with a guy's head in it, and he starts almost like praying to it. I thought that was weird. That was almost like, again, maybe satanic.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a couple of times where you could hear like religious music playing. That's maybe the satanic vibe throughout this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which the ending was, I guess, what saves the movie a little bit.
Oh,
I feel like, I mean, we spent a little time talking about it.
Yeah.
I still don't get it. Like, I'm just like,
yeah, I think that did save a lot, but not enough to really give this a super positive review. It's not worth sitting through all that boredom just the last 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. But it did make up for a lot, but I don't think I'd give this a highly recommend. The ending, was really cool.
So he has to sign. Like, everybody's there, and like a banquet table or something.
But to us, there's a whole group of people sitting, maybe like 5 people sitting at all these chairs.
Yeah.
And they all have like pigs masks on. So
I thought that was hot.
That was interesting.
That was really cool.
Yeah. And you get this vibe that it's almost like some kind of ritual or something.
Mm-hmm. And he has to sign the
contract.
Right,
and Marlon Wayans' girlfriend or wife is there. And he wants her to sign the contract, to sign up with the...
And this is where you learn that, eventually they've been grooming him this whole time.
Yeah,
ever since he was little.
Yeah, no, that was...
He actually realizes
cool.
that the dad was part of it.
The father, the grandfather, they were all part of this scheme to get this kid prepared to be the next goat. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was really a well thought of idea. Very interesting plot point. I really like that. But again, too little, too late. It was a good ending. I like the concept, but I think there's a lot more they could have done to make it way more interesting for the viewer. I just thought it dragged. If in all other hands, I think it could have been a lot better. And
then he kills the mascot, and then he just goes ramble on everybody.
Yeah. So
he goes John Wick.
Yeah, there was. It's interesting because there was a book he was supposed to sign, and then a hammer.
Probably symbolized like his soul, right?
Yeah.
Signing away his soul.
Yeah, that was cool. And so instead of signing the contract with the pen, he picks up this hammer and just starts killing. He kills like 5-6 people. Really cool deaths. I thought that ending was very interesting. I liked it a lot. I wish there was more of that throughout the movie, sprinkled in. You know, and he leaves the one last person alive, and then he just takes off. And I almost got like he's almost like evil now because what happens? He does not sign the contract, which would have fulfilled his grandfather, the owner of the company or whatever. These other 3 or 4 other rich fat cats are all involved in this. Yeah, I almost got the vibe. Maybe he's like almost possessed by a demon or something because his attitude and the way he carries himself and just mowing these people down without a second thought. So I almost thought maybe he's now possessed by the devil because there was an interesting.
I got the total opposite feel.
Let me just say one last thing. Is you could see there's almost like a devil symbol, and then as he starts killing people, you see like a fog envelop it, and it slowly fades into it. And my idea is that was like symbolic of the demon or devil leaving them presence, so to let them die. And then the kid is just killing everybody. He spares one person, and then he just leaves, and that's how it ends.
I got like the feel.
Well, what was your?
I think I had like the opposite feel. I felt like you know how like Neo is like the one, right? I felt like whenever you think of the title like him, we were thinking of Marlon Wayans, but I think at the end he becomes him, like the person who stops all this nonsense, all these rituals, all this demonic stuff. But and I think that gives him the confidence at the end. I think he even
wait, who did you get the confidence from?
From doing the right thing, just from like knowing that he's defeating evil. That's what I got out of it. That's like he becomes him. Like it's him. He's the savior for like he becomes this the actual savior. The team was called the savior, right? And he actually becomes the savior because he.
Well, I think at one point he even says, "What's the opposite of a savior?" He was a killer,
mascot?
or no, killer or something.
A killer?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah. So yeah, it had interesting symbolic moments, and I really liked the ending. I thought it was excellent. But yeah, not great enough to really totally redeem this.
And if you really think about it, right, they're saviors, so he actually becomes that for like the fan base.
Yeah,
probably right, because the fan base, they're probably like in all this like dark stuff, probably like a cloud, like a black cloud following them, just because they're
I guess
fans.
the ultimate question is for me at the end of this movie is, what happens to him now? Him meaning Cade or Cabe.
You see, like I think he
So-
becomes a him,
right.
Like we're talking about him.
But
now.
but so he's not going to go. Is the answer just to go to a different team? Don't go to that team, or just completely give up on football, which is his life. You know,
Right.
I say it's probably going to end with him probably just going to another team or playing in the CFL. But that's how I think it ends because just because he doesn't sign that contract doesn't mean he can't play in the entire league. He's just not signing with that one team. You know, and another thing too is. I think after he's killed all the owners of the teams, I don't think he's gonna, they're not gonna want him back. So he's just gonna check out other teams.
Plus, he got a broken arm now.
But was it his throwing arm?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
just because he's swinging the sword really good, you know.
Yeah.
That's probably like his
I
dominant
think he was
hand.
right-handed. I guess, yeah.
But I mean, he's still like his head, now his arm.
Yeah.
Like he's truly damaged goods, you know. But,
And to be honest, at some point we were discussing as we're watching, it's like, is even that kind of movie like Switched or something where they're gonna switch? Because why all the injections? Was it just hallucinogens, or are they trying some diabolic, demonic shit to transpose Marlon Wayans' mind into that kid's body? That's what I thought where it's heading. I was like, because why, go through all this stuff and inject him with all this stuff? It didn't make sense. I was like, well, he's probably just going to change because he kept going on about I was the GOAT, I am the GOAT, but I got to pass the baton on, and
I think it was
should
like
be me.
the blood has been going on through like all those like the one that came before him. Before him.
Exactly. I think because everyone always signed that contract.
Right.
But again, how far back could this have gone? I mean, when did football start?
I don't know. Let's Google that.
1920. We got to Google when did UFFL start. So that being said, I guess we can go into our final reviews. This is it. I will go first this time, and I'm going to give this movie a 4.
That ending had an impact on you, bro.
Yeah, it did. It did. I did like the ending. Like I said, when's the last time I've seen other better movies with a lot more action? But after I watch it, I don't think twice about it. I just leave the theater. Okay, well that was good. But at least this movie made me think, and I like the ending because it was open ended. You're not sure what's going to happen. What did he accomplish? Who exactly were all those people? Those are a lot of questions that just rattled around in my mind. So I was like, well, that at least makes me think. So I got to give it props for just that reason alone. I can give like 2 extra points. So it took it out of a 2-4.
Okay,
That's not bad.
Yeah,
for a Grumble and Grouch, just like a
it's like an Emmy, like an Oscar. Worthy.
Mm-hmm. And what did you think, Grouch?
I don't think it was. I think like if you watch the movie, then the ending is worth rewatching. So it's like half rewatchable because it would be cool just to see the whole ending one more time. You know?
Yeah.
Knowing what had happened, like I would never watch the whole movie again. But the ending, I wouldn't mind watching again.
Yeah.
I give it a solid 3.
3?
I think,
wow.
And all 3 points are because of the ending.
Yeah.
I felt like that was one of the worst, most
to be honest, I want to say
ever.
40, 50 minutes in, I go to Grouch, do you want to watch The Conjuring instead? Because I'm starting to fall asleep here.
I'm the one that was like,
yeah, he's like, no, there's like
just
50 minutes
finish
left.
it.
So we already wasted 40 minutes.
The ball will stop spinning soon. Don't worry.
Yeah. So we said, let's go onward, watch the rest of this shit. You know, hope the second half is better. It wasn't much better. Because we got to like, what was it? Like 115, 110. I was like, it's actually going to get interesting. I looked at the clock. So we watched an hour and 20 minutes or whatever it was. 120.
And there was nothing.
Yeah. 15 minutes was solid.
I give it a solid 3.
All right, cool.
Which is okay.
Yeah, for us, that's one of some of the highest best movies I've ever seen.
And on that note,
it's no Avatar.
And on that note, the Grumble and Grouchy Show.